Welcome to part 2. In the first episode, I gave an overview and explained some advantages of using the Command Line Interface, CLI, with Cisco small business switches. In this episode of Cisco Tech Talk, I'll explain more basics of CLI, including the command modes, privilege levels, and context-sensitive help. Next. There's a lot to cover, so I'll jump right in by explaining command modes. I'll start by entering the username and password for privilege level 1, user exec mode. User exec mode lets you see configurations, view files, see the current software version, and perform other basic commands. User mode is indicated by a greater than symbol after the host name. Although user mode doesn't provide the power to make changes, show commands provide crucial information on the status and configuration details of the network. They're often used for troubleshooting and monitoring. When you make changes, you can check to make sure they've been applied with a show command. Privileged exec, or administrative mode level 15, allows access to everything, including big changes to the network. This includes installing new software or altering system settings. To elevate from user mode to privileged mode, enter the command enable, then enter the password. Usually, privileged exec mode is indicated by a hashtag symbol after the host name. Alternatively, you can jump right into privileged exec mode by entering the level 15 username and password, as shown here. The hashtag verifies it. When you have privileged exec access, you can enter commands to get you to any of the configuration modes. Each command mode gives you access to a different set of commands and functionalities, allowing you to perform specific tasks and configure particular aspects of the system. To move from privileged access mode to global configuration mode, use the configure terminal command. Once this command is entered, you will see the prompt change to show the word config, in parentheses, before the hashtag. This confirms that you are in global configuration mode. Here, you can make general changes to the running configuration of the switch. If you want to make changes to a specific interface or line, you need to first access global configuration mode, and then the interface or line mode. These are sub-modes. For example, I'll enter interface gigabit Ethernet 1/0/6. This puts me in the sub-mode of interface configuration for that port. From there, you can even enter a sub-sub mode. I won't go into the details for this, but I do want to mention that the mode you are in is always reflected in the prompt. So if you aren't sure which command mode you are in, check that out. No matter what mode you go into, you can back out one mode at a time with the exit command. If you want to back out to privileged exec mode right away, enter the end command. Since the CLI commands available depend on the mode you are in, and there can be hundreds of different commands available, it can be difficult to remember them all. That's where context-sensitive help comes in. A question mark is a powerful help command. There are a few ways that a question mark can be used. If you simply enter a question mark, the CLI will display a list of all commands that are available in the current mode. If you know the first word or words of a command, you can type them, add a space, and then a question mark to see what options show. For example, you could enter show, a space, and then a question mark to see a list of all the possible show commands. If you know a command starts with a certain letter or letters, you can type them and add a question mark without a space. With this help, the CLI will display available command words in that mode that start the same way. When reading the list of options as a result of a question mark, you may see the letters CR between a less than and a greater than symbol. This stands for carriage return. That option is to indicate that you could simply hit the Enter key to execute the command without adding any additional keywords. An important step to always remember is that once you have configurations set, you need to save the changes. To do this, use the command copy running -config startup -config in privileged exec mode. Confirm with a Y to complete the save. Now you know the very basics of how CLI works. You know the modes and how to navigate through them, as well as how to get some help along the way. In the last video of this series, I'll share some shortcuts and tips to help make everything run efficiently. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.